So we'll start it.
That camera up there. I mean, go ahead. We're back on our couch today, but y'all can't see from that view, unfortunately. But you can watch the, recorded footage. Like, are you gonna officially start, or you just gonna sit there and wait? I might be too short.
You probably too short for it. You down there laying down. Ricky will be sleepy before the show was over.
That's so not fair. I'm too short for this.
It's the
So
Maseratii
we
show
kicked our
anyway,
feet up on the table, and it's like you can't even see me on my own live now.
I mean, it's the Maseratii show. They
Whatever. Y'all can see, All right, we gotta officially start.
They only really need to see me. I'm the star of the show.
Oh, see, I gotta scoot back.
I am David Ruffin. And she is the Temptation.
One temptation left.
One temptation left.
Some band leader you are.
Well,
so if it's your show and you're David Ruffin, all those things I got blamed for in the past must have been your fault.
It probably was my fault, but
It
guess
must
what?
have been. Be careful, you shaking my lot.
Let me tell you something. When I'm on camera,
Dope, though.
I shake up everything when I'm in the room.
Alright, so I am BlkPepperPotts. Apparently we have just started the show, however,
I
it's
shake the
about
room,
to go
baby.
right now.
My smoke.
Talk your shit, Maz, on Instagram, because he still hasn't changed his name with all the requests I've given, because I can't keep putting that shit part on the caption. Like, we can say shit a million shit times, but putting that shit on the caption is not the best idea. But anyway, talk your shit, Mossberg, now on Instagram, Maseratii Myagi on Facebook. And don't forget, let's just get this out the way now. I should say this in the beginning. I always say this for the end. No, y'all can follow us on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Google Podcasts, and then everywhere. Fall through the Stup 216.
We on G1 NBC.
It feels good to get that. Right, though? G1 NBC. Their official launch is on the 1st of June, actually. We're already up. We've already made money.
I haven't seen a dime yet,
You're
Joe Budden.
lying.
Joe Budden, I ain't seen
You
a
are
dime yet.
lying. You are lying. You know how I know? How much money did we make so far?
I don't know. I haven't seen any money. What money have I seen, Joe Budden?
I told you.
What money have I seen, Joe Budden?
Why you do that? I told you how much we've made so far.
She tells me how much Let me tell you what Birdman of Cash Money Records over here does. She tells you how much, like, we've made X amount of dollars. You be like, all right, am I gonna get a check or?
Well, here's the beauty, because we also get our crypto. I gave you all the information for that. Now you can't deny that, because I'm not supposed to share that. So I'll let you have.
Oh my goodness, she gave me the key for the crypto.
Right, that's important.
If y'all know the crypto key shit, y'all know it's about a whole line of letters and numbers and shit. You gotta type that shit in.
That you have to have.
Man,
to claim your money. So if something happens and I can't get the shit out for us, you had to have the information too, cause
Yeah, if something happens, then I'm gonna have to claim all the money. Big Red Records. My hours is from 9 to 5.
Oh.
9.
Monday
to
through
5.
Friday. Today's Saturday though.
That's right. It's overtime. Remember that. Big Red Productions.
So you got 9 to 5 plus overtime.
Overtime.
How much is overtime?
Shit.
How much is your overtime?
You asked me a lot of questions. You must didn't see the 5 heartbeats.
I did.
That nigga asked one question and you see what happened? Boom.
Well, that's because I feel like you was full of shit. So how much is your overtime pay?
See?
I feel like you be requesting more than time and a half.
Alright, well, when you see Ricky hanging over it.
See how I tried to bump him up and you like, no.
Over a balcony, screaming for her life. She gonna remember Big Red Productions. My hours is 9 to 5 and I get paid overtime.
Like a few times too.
Man, he was helping people out. Suge Knight got a bad reputation for doing certain shit where he was actually right in a lot of those situations.
Please give us an example.
The whole Vanilla Ice thing, because they didn't want to pay Dude. Like, Dude produced the record, and they didn't want to pay Dude for the record. And Dude went to Suge Knight, and Suge Knight was like, all right, I get your money. That nigga wasn't wrong. You didn't pay somebody for doing a fucking record. You tried to rip somebody off.
For me, I've heard enough about a person that I'm cool. Because I feel like we just ain't gonna work well in business together.
I mean, shit.
Would you work with Suge Knight?
I told you when I had that group Infrared Squad, I tried to get them signed, and they was, you know what I'm saying, like they was 17 years old at the time.
Well, you told me you have to.
Yeah, so I had a group a long time ago, and they was like 17 years old. I was maybe like 20 years old, and I was managing them. And I had a situation where I could get them signed, or get them at least into the room of being signed with Death Row Records. keep in mind, this was after the whole Tupac. Everybody had left. They pretty much had that dude. What was his name? Eastwood. They had the dude, the realist, that sounded like Tupac.
Was Crook there then, or he was before?
Crooked Eye. I think he was there. I think it was right in between the time with the whole Left Eye Daz thing where they had them signed. So I was gonna have them get signed, and they was like, no, because they was scared about past reputations. But I'm like,
Agreed.
But the thing is, it's a lot of people that just had like regular label situations, and it was just the situations that they were in at that time. Where I was like, right now they're in a transitional phase where you'll get a contract, you'll get the upfront money, and you'll get a chance to be in a studio. And my thing is, sometimes people want to do things their way. You want to get in there, you want to make records, you want to make hits, you want to do videos, you want to do the whole rapper lifestyle. My thing is this. For that time and period, I felt like it would have been good for them at 17 years old to just be around, being in that studio, getting that extra time, getting used to being in that studio, get used to doing this and that. Because at the time, we only had like maybe 2 producers we was working with. And I'm like, man, you get into that studio, that environment, other rappers, that's pretty good. I only really heard about Crooked Eye. And I remember the realist because he was in a Tupac video, and he had they put a verse specifically for him in the video, and I think he was like sitting on like a motorcycle or something. It was a runway stage, some shit like that. But I only heard like them 2 rap before, and I was like, y'all need to get around these people, and then just soak up the information, because you go get some money, you go soak up that information, and you go make some connections. I was like, I don't really think that they're gonna make a huge comeback as Death Row because they lost. They lost all the majors.
They need to like rebrand everything. Just like, they were starting from scratch to make that work.
They could, but it was so much.
I don't see any other way.
It was, and I want to say it was at a time when also Suge Knight was having like legal troubles, and I want to say maybe Michelet or somebody. It was a point where it was like Michelet was running for a little while, and I think Daz ran it for a little while, and somebody else ran it for a little while.
Corrupt and them just put an album out.
Did they?
Yeah, it's on like Friday. Like just put an album out.
Did you listen to it?
No, not yet. I just listened to the song that M just put out.
The what?
The remix. Shoot, I can't even remember who on it. I've been too busy. But let's not get away from your story. You left off at Suge was in the middle of his legal troubles.
He was in the middle of legal trouble. So my thing is, would I sign a Death Row at certain points? Yes. At certain points, no. But only because of the wild nature of Death Row Records. Like, Death Row Records was just a very, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a very wild point in time. But if you go back and you listen to different people's stories, like, listen to people's, like, R&B singers that tell you, like, they had the same type of crazy shit going on and they wasn't signed to Death Row. Dru Hill had some shit where they said they was held at gunpoint and made to sign their contracts. So, it's not that people are just...
But it's like... Death Row decided to market that as part of the label, though, and then you had the shit going on with Bad Boy too. So yeah, that's the image they wanted to put out there. I mean, I feel like if you name your label Death Row Records, there's a particular niche you going for.
I mean, but that's a West Coast type environment at that time, though. We talking about a time when everything was just about violence back then on West Coast, like. MC8 and Compton's Most Wanted.
But
you talking about DJ Quick and
it as part of the thing, though. If you go market it that way, then yeah, you gonna hit a story. And like Jodeci got to tell a behind the scenes story about. But was Jodeci talking about dealing with that shit with black business or white business?
I don't know what happened with Jodeci.
Well, my guess would be white business. It's what their situation was, so you didn't hear about it until they came out and told the story.
I mean, we don't really. The thing is, when white people do crazy shit like that, they don't really try to glorify it too much.
Ain't that what I just said?
Yeah, but I said it better. Because it's my show. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. Like, whatever your thing is that you're trying to get out there, then fucking promote it. So yeah, that's what they did. West Coast, Death Row.
That's
just like Lil Nas X. When he came out as being gay, he was like, okay, I'm gonna promote being gay because that's
yeah,
what the
he's promoting the fuck out of it. Oh, did you see the Saturday Night video?
No.
His pants ripped while he was on stage. And you know what I thought about? Because it's Saturday Night Live is still live. Some is pre-recorded. Is that how they work? I believe that's how they work. And if that's how they work, what went through my mind when I watched, because you can't see anything. And this is why something clicked in my head. So what happened was he had the little stripper pole. He went to do his little thing. And his pants were so fucking tight they ripped. And when he got up, he like immediately like covered himself because I'm pretty sure this was supposed to also be live. But what occurred to me was the whole Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson thing. Because when I seen that happen to Lil Nas X, I'm like, yo, we didn't see anything because of the delay. So why when that happened with Justin Timberlake and Janet, why didn't the delay stop that from showing?
Because we want to see Janet Jackson's titties. We want to see
somebody
her titties.
was behind the thing, like, you know what? I just took his time moving again.
Again, you want to promote some shit, and they got promotion off that. Janet's titty did numbers.
Yeah, that's true. Because it was Janet Jackson. Like, you was never supposed to see that from Janet Jackson.
It's not like 2021. Like now, we just saying that all the
it
celebrities'
be
titties.
like, whatever.
Back then,
But because it happened, though. See, that's that shit. Because that happened with Janet Jackson already. No, I think if it happened at the Super Bowl, it's gonna matter. I think a where and a who is gonna make it matter.
Man, it's 2021. We done seen everybody's dicks and titties.
Not everybody.
Everybody's shit been hacked. It just depends on if we give a fuck about seeing the shit. Could you imagine like this shit being like in back then? Like, don't nobody can be like, I remember a time somebody hacked into Michael Jackson shit and we seen his dick pics. Like, no, that shit never. No shit like that ever happened.
No, they did.
Did it?
Yeah. No, I think
Michael Jackson's dick
when
pics
he got arrested or something, it was out like he was different colored down there or some shit.
I think he had to show his dick for
it was something about when he got
arrested. But
arrested.
it was like a legal trouble thing. It's not like you could go to Pornhub right now and see pictures of this.
I don't want to.
Of Mike's dick.
I'm not looking it up.
I'm pretty sure they ain't got that shit on Pornhub.
But what happened, I remember...
Shade Room got everybody's dick. That ain't Shade Room. What is that?
TMZ.
TMZ and that other World Star Hip Hop.
World Star, yeah. But what happened a few years ago, well, shit, man, it's been like 20 years ago now, that helped desensitize us. That did happen. A whole bunch of celebs stuff had got leaked, like their nude footage and photos and like Rihanna and I think Paris may have been a part of that outside of the sex tape. It was like a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I mean, but at that point, like, did we really care about seeing Paris Hilton?
No, it was. That's what I said. It was then, right? So when that shit happened, no, this was like major shit. Would not stop talking about it. Please shut the fuck up, because I'm tired of hearing that kind of news. So now it's just kind of like whatever. Now you do have Kim Kardashian. A few years ago, she did the remake of the cover. Shit, I can't think of what magazine that was, but she had remade one with her being a nude. Yeah, but when her sex tape leaked, it was big news. Now it's just like. Actually, no.
She did break the internet with
that. That did. That was still big news. So I think that, like I said, it's the who and the where, and the how.
Yeah, it depends on if we want to see your body or not.
That's the whole
thing. Like,
I think it depends on how much you show and how often does it matter when it happens. I know Rihanna was one of the people when hers leaked out. She was saying, yeah, whatever.
Like last year, that dude Cash Out, his news leaked, and like that wasn't no big news. But I just remember females reposting the shit and they was talking about the shit. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like no huge thing where everybody like, did you see Cash Out's news get leaked? Because Cash Out ain't had a hit since Cashing Out. Shit. That was what, 2012?
I don't know.
So, you know what I'm saying?
It just depends. Also, it depends on how the person, reacts to it. If they go, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me, people going, talk about this shit longer.
I mean, that happened to regular people though. Like, if you freak out about somebody leaking your news and you be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this person.
I'd be mad.
I mean, you would be mad. Well, I mean,
I'd be mad. I'd be mad.
I mean,
I'd be mad. You know why I'd be mad? Because mine don't go nowhere. So if mine goes nowhere, I'll be pissed.
It just depends, man. It depends. Like if you don't care about
because
that type
I'm
of shit
straight with it. So what does it take for your variations of anger?
If you act like you have a problem, or you act like I can't believe this person did that, then there's gonna be a reaction. If somebody leak your news and you just be like, all right, whatever, you just keep on going about your day, people be like, oh, okay, and you'll get some friend requests. That's about it. It's not like people gonna be talking about it and tagging you and all type of shit. They'll be like,
I think it would depend on the who.
It depends on how people react.
It's gonna depend on the who.
If you know that your shit is on there and you just don't give a fuck, they gonna be like, well, they don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. They might save the picture or something, but you know, they ain't gonna make no big deal about the shit and talk about it for the next 3 or 4 days. Because everything now has a 3-day limit. Like whatever happens in life, they gonna talk about it for 3 days. After that, some new shit gonna happen. They gonna stop talking about that old shit, regardless of what the fuck happens. Your old shit gonna have to resurface with some new information for us to talk about it again.
Yeah, we in the popcorn era like crazy. People
just move
on from stuff pretty quick. Which is weird that we move on from stuff so quick because it's so repetitive. And maybe that's why we move on from shit so fucking quick, because shit is so fucking repetitive. So like, I'll go on my timeline and I'll hear the same news story 5 times, but I've talked to no one.
Well, you have to also remember this. We get bored quick. That's why our TV is the way it is now. Like, you go on Netflix, your entire season is right there. Season 2, everything right there. We go sit back and we go watch the first episode to number 15 episode straight through. It's not like that before. You had to wait a fucking week for that second episode to come out. Another week for the third episode to come out. We really don't do that too much. Like, we do it for some shows like Power. But for the most part, they just be like, all right, we dropping the season. They
did it for reasons of advertisement. If we're talking about, television series used to be longer. You did used to get 20 episodes a season versus 7.
I mean, are you gonna watch 20 episodes?
But the thing is, they'd still be filming like throughout the year. So and as recent as like a show like Scandal. Scandal was a week-to-week thing. So I'm taking this master class. That's how I know. And she was talking about it. She was talking about the structure of television shows and how all that shit works. So yeah, it was advertisement reasons, but now it's different. Now your advertisement is right there on your phone and it's tailored towards you every time you're on social media. So advertisement moved. That's why you're seeing the transition of television. They can go ahead and just toss everything at you because they gonna hit you on IG and Facebook and whatever else with the ad now. They don't need you on TV.
Shit.
Bye.
I mean, I'm not really gonna pay attention to too much of this shit.
And it probably costs less. Then you think you don't be paying attention to it, but it's there. You acknowledge the fact that you've seen it. And they're also more tailored towards you now because of how algorithms and shit are.
Yeah. I mean, but you still have to show an interest afterwards, because it's a lot of times like I'll find something or I'll look at something and they promote the fuck out of this shit on everything I get on. Instagram, Facebook, wherever I go. But if I go and do something else, like if I look at some furniture or something, that furniture will completely wipe the fuck out of the fucking waterfall that I was looking at prior. Like, I won't see that waterfall shit again until I go back on Amazon and look at that shit again.
Something like that isn't. Oh, it kicked us off. Something like that isn't an item you replenish often. So what happened was, as soon as they see you looking for something like that, it's like, okay, he wants this. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Now, if you was looking for like toothpaste, that'd be different. That should have probably pop up. I think Facebook posts are supposed to be every 3 or 4 posts, you're supposed to see an advertisement.
I've never seen nobody say any type of advertisement for anything prostitution related.
Well,
I was clearly looking for
prostitution.
prostitution. I was clearly looking for prostitutes one night, and I have yet to see them give me some new prostitution sites.
Well,
I'm still looking at the same pussies.
I don't think they can put that on advertising.
I mean, why not?
Because from someone that set up a Facebook advertisement, that's what boosts are. When you take a product and you promote it, it's not like buying views and shit. No, you're actually advertising the product you have. So, because I've done that, I can tell you.
You've done what?
Set up advertising.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure. No, but what I'm thinking is, like, but even in the people you know, you would think that they would have, like, the people you know, like, I would have more females that sold pussy as opposed to, like, the motherfucker
They can't advertise that.
They can't advertise it, but at least throw it in my face. Give me a hint, a nudge.
I know how they can though.
Hey,
I know how they can. We'll have to discuss that.
At her, she sells pussy.
I figured it out
by the algorithms. They know that she sells pussy because they know what the fuck she talks about. So why not? Or somebody, or people with OnlyFans page.
Yeah,
or
we'll discuss all that.
Anything like that.
Okay, all right, just stop because I had already figured something out. So I want you to not keep talking about it because I'm gonna like blurt all this shit out.
Well, hurry up and talk about what you want to talk about before I forget.
No, I won't forget to bring that part back up. That's what I'm saying. Oh, the camera's the wrong way. Okay, so what else did we have? Oh, why did the whole screen change?
More of me, less of you.
No, it's not.
In my yellow shirt. I'm feeling big birdish out here.
Didn't you wear that already?
I did. Like the day after the
I didn't even notice till you said you wear your yellow shirt.
Yeah, the day after that comedy
I didn't even realize. See, you played yourself. Wouldn't even have caught it. We were supposed to talk about Bill Cosby.
Get y'all these air rays, baby.
Go ahead and mess the shot up that I just got back. Oh, I see what I did. Oh, I can't reach it. My arm's too short. Oh, I don't know what that means.
That means you favored it.
Whatever. So, we were supposed to talk about Bill Cosby.
Oh, okay.
How long is it? He's been in jail since what, 2018 now?
I don't know.
2018, something. Well, I say that because it's been a minute already. And what had came up recently was, correct me if I'm wrong, because this was actually your topic. I just kind of stole it.
You steal everything, Ricky.
I do not.
My caramels stolen.
Is it because they're stealing when you know that I took it and like you didn't stop me? Like you seen it, there. You knew I had it.
Stealing.
Let me exit the premises.
And listen,
the item in question.
Listen, if you steal something from a store and the people's in the back looking at you on camera steal this shit, and you walk out the store, it's still stealing.
But did anybody call the cops?
I did call the cops, but because of the nature of it being a controlled substance, I doubt that it would have been taken seriously.
Well,
What am I going to say? Hey, somebody stole a pack of my edibles.
When you do illegal shit can happen to you.
Or street shit can happen to you.
I've been fine all the time. I've been studying your edibles for like a year now.
Shit, get it back in blood. Shit. I turned the poo shiesty out here.
I'm sorry. I've been studying your edibles for like a year now.
These niggas is really crazy out here. Like, have y'all seen that video of poo shiesty like really in a shootout?
No, but wait a minute. We were talking about Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah. Back to Billy.
Go ahead. I'll give it back to
Billy
you.
C.
I can't even remember what happened.
Billy C. Bill Cosby.
I know he still won't plead guilty. Oh, he wouldn't go to therapy.
He wouldn't go to therapy.
He refused to go to therapy because he's like, yo, I told y'all motherfuckers I didn't do it. Why would I go to therapy? And I'm like, yo, you right. If you didn't do some shit, what the fuck you need therapy for? The shit they saying you did. Because I don't think he did it, to be clear.
I mean, he did peel and rape some hoes.
I think, kick this off again. I think he did everything he's admitted to doing. Which is,
yeah, you can't listen.
They came back.
But here's the problem. Here's the thing that what's going on, because people was like, oh well, they knew that they was taking a pill. That's like if I give somebody some weed or some edibles and they pass out, and I'm like, well, go ahead and get some pussy. Like, yeah, it don't work like that. You still gotta say beforehand, like, hey,
okay.
I'm gonna pass out and get some pussy.
Wait. Let's clarify that.
All right,
you gotta go back to. I'm gonna have to split over because I can't even do my own goddamn shit. You have to go back to then. The kind of shit he was talking about people were taking, where people were just popping them motherfuckers like fucking vitamins again, daily. Fucking multivitamins. So, the reason I said when they came back is because some of them knew what happened. This is a while ago, so I kind of have to go off of memory, but I actually read like the whole deposition and shit. I didn't just listen to what everybody else was talking about. I went and read what the fuck Bill Cosby said, and there were things in there that he actually admitted to that people are accusing him of, as though he didn't admit to some portion of these things. The thing is, he's saying these women willingly did this. So if there was, some of them willingly did this, and some of them willingly came back more than once, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I think that's what the fuck he's guilty of, and we can go ahead and compare T.I. to that. Because when the whole T.I. and Tiny thing first started, with those women coming out and accusing them, I think, of drugging and raping them also. And remember when T.I. did the live, and then he was just kind of like, yeah, we had to do this, but people agree. I was like, he shouldn't have admitted to shit. He should have just shut the fuck up, because I immediately thought back to Bill Cosby and me knowing that Bill Cosby has admitted to stuff that people are accusing him of as though they don't know some of these things he admitted to. But with T.I., I was just like, yo, you gonna have more people coming out.
I mean,
and that's exactly what the fuck happened.
I mean, my thing is this. When, and it's about a day and age thing, because now it seems like no matter what, everybody can get away with saying, hey, you know what I'm saying, this person was wrong by the way that they went about such and such. Like, you could literally, as a man, go out on a date with a female, and she says, all right, we're going up to the room, y'all can have sex, and she can consent to the fucking sex. And then the next day, she can be like, you know what, I think I made a mistake. And they can still come at dude like, listen, she said that she didn't mean to have consensual sex with you, even though she did consent. And I still think, like,
that's not
the
a
nigga
crime. That's just a day after regret.
But they will still come after your ass if you be like,
I've never heard of that situation.
I've heard of so many fucked up rape situations where I was like, how are they getting away with this shit?
Yeah,
but it's a different situation when it comes to guys and women, though. Like, I've heard stories about, like, we so casual about when women do certain shit, then when guys do shit, we be like, he's a rapist, he's this, he's that. Like, women do the same shit, and we just be like, eh.
Now, explain same shit. What do you mean by same?
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not gonna say any names, but a family member of mine, when he was, I want to say 13 years old, he was having an affair. Well, he wasn't having an affair. The teacher was having sex with mine.
Yeah, because at 13, it's hard for you to have an affair. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there was a situation with the teacher and the 13-year-old that's in my family,
the teacher
right?
Was having an affair.
So she wasn't married. So here's the thing. So
I think it's the same. Go ahead.
When they got, it's not an affair if you're not married.
Yeah, let's not get into.
But anyway, so the thing that happened is this. So eventually, you know, the police went and picked it up, but you know, it was taking so lightly. Like, even when they went down to the parent went down to the police station to talk about it, they were like, it was kind of like they were laughing and giggling about it because of how funny the fucking situation was, because they tried, like, the kids tried to blackmail the teacher, because once it got out, like, it was kind of comical, because they wrote a note saying, the kid shit was funny. Like, the kid wrote a note saying, he wanted $20 or he's gonna go out and tell what happened between my cousin and such and such.
She's a little low here, but right.
They 13. So the other kid, he gave it to another kid to give to the teacher. Mm-hmm. This kid said, I guess he read it and was like, nah. He crossed out the 20 and wrote 40. So he would get, so you understand, like, it was still like funny parts of it, but still to the effect of,
you made me laugh at that.
Say, yeah, so like, it was still taken lightly. And even the end result was she got sentenced to 2 years and they let her out in 5 months.
So what exactly took place between this adult and this mom?
She was fucking him.
Wow.
Yeah, she was fucking him.
Yeah.
And she was fucking him to the point where my cousin had a girlfriend that was 13, and the teacher would tell the little girl, you don't need to talk to him because he has a lot of other females that he's probably messing with. You this, that, and that. So basically, like, she was really like trying to fuck up his relationship that he had.
This is so disgusting.
Yeah, like, she was really on this shit. And I'm like, if that had been a dude,
my son kind of turned a little, because you know, you telling a story, so you getting some images in your head.
Yeah, but so imagine if that was me as a teacher. I'm having sex with a 13-year-old. Do you think that anybody would laugh at any?
You up, first of all.
Do you think anybody would have had anything giggly to say about? No, they would have not.
Nah.
I would still be in the fucking jail.
No, this is true.
I was still like, but they took it so 5 fucking months, and my family really had to like file like other complaints and shit to like get her to go back to prison for this, because they let her out in 5 months.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
She's 13.
Yeah, it's not okay. It's not. We have a lot of double standards with men and women in society, and none of them to me are really acceptable. But that's gotta be like the top. I think one. I don't want to use the word reason, but for lack of a better word, is the female can also be the one to become pregnant.
I mean, yeah, but
and that's like I don't know what other, again, for lack of a better word, reason people would put that as a check mark, but it is one. And I think with women are still viewed, like when we're raped, it's viewed different. It's still viewed as more traumatizing for us.
I mean, yeah, because even when we talk about like men are raped by women, like people still like we'll be like nigga, like we'll be like nigga, crack the fuck up. We'll be like, no, this nigga is really traumatized from being raped by a woman, and we just laugh the shit off.
Yeah.
But a female can come in and be like,
I've heard more stories of men being accepted of being raped at a young age than women. No.
D-Ray talked about.
I gotta at least say that. Like I haven't really heard.
D-Ray said
a girl like I got raped. Yeah, I ain't heard that. I have not heard that story told.
D-Ray the comedian was one of the people that came out and he was like he was fucking like a 25-year-old or something when he was like 14 years old, and we didn't think shit about it. We didn't be like, oh.
How did he tell the story though?
Like it was like an interview they was doing, and they asked him like something about like what was your first time? Because they was asking about like he had 2 girlfriends. So,
but he told it a story of it being his first time in a good way or a traumatized way, or I'm not traumatized, but this is fucked up.
He didn't talk about it being fucked up, but he just talked about it like my first time was such and such, and I was fucking it was a 25-year-old.
But could you imagine a woman telling a story of her being raped in a good way?
Well, you know what? The way that he tells the story is the same way a lot of females tell stories. Because I had a post one time about people losing their virginity. And there were females on there that was like, I was 13 and my boyfriend was 22. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even rape. It was pretty much like, they was like, oh yeah, I thought I was a shit because I had a boyfriend that was 20 years old. I mean, it's still statutory rape. It's statutory rape, but still, it's still a 20-something-year-old dude fucking a 13.
But that's still, okay, that's not the kind of... if you gotta put something in front of rape, then that's not the rape that I was talking about. I was talking about rape. Like,
rape is rape. Because if that's the case, then so what is T.I. being accused of that's where he's wrong?
They weren't willing.
I didn't hear about nobody being not willing. They
I the same thing.
Matter of fact,
I wasn't willing to consent to this act. I was either drugged and this happened. Like, I was willing to take the drugs. I wasn't willing to have sex with you while I was passed out, drugged out.
See, the thing is, I heard the stories of it being the female that was, there was the main female that was involved in the shit that came out and said something. And she was going out and she was getting other females and bringing them back and saying, oh, so they was just having like little foursomes and shit. Mm-hmm. So, them saying like, oh, well, it's not.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Huh? I mean, we are.
I'm just saying. But his story wasn't like breaking news. Like, I wasn't surprised, that existed.
Because I think that in a lifestyle of being a celebrity, once you go backstage, it's not like, oh, I'm just here to get an autograph. Like, once you go to a hotel room, they not thinking like, oh man, I just really want to hang out and kick it. Like, most people that's going to their hotel room is going to fuck.
No. You
telling me that if Chris Brown takes a female to the hotel, she's thinking to herself like, oh, I just want a t-shirt and some autographs, and then I'm going to leave the hotel room at 5 a.m.
You can't assume that, though.
If she has sex,
would definitely be surprised if you did.
Listen, there is no female that's going to sit back and go to the Chris Brown fucking hotel room. If you gonna do that, do it backstage and then get the fuck home. Like, why are you going to these intimate places?
Hang out with your favorite celeb, first of all. Second, when you say intimate place, well, with them being a celeb, ain't but so many places they can go, they're not being seen. I mean, I'm just thinking. But I mean,
if I go to the hotel to see Rihanna, if Rihanna invites me to the hotel.
What celeb do you have that you would want to hang out with but not have sex with? That's a female.
Shit, I would have sex with pretty much any celebrity female. It could be Oprah. If Oprah invites me to the hotel room, I'm thinking she's inviting me to have sex, to fuck. I'm not thinking like, oh, I just really want to hang out with fucking Oprah.
Okay, so if like Joe Perry, right? He was like, yo, Ricky, come hang out. You know, I would hope that that wasn't his intentions.
Not in a hotel room. If it's at a hotel room, Ricky, he's trying to.
Because you know what? Music artists are different, man. You might be surprised that sometimes people just want to chill, make some music. Like, it ain't.
If he invites you to the fucking studio, is one thing.
But that's the thing, though. You have to put yourself in a situation.
If y'all in a hotel, a bedroom, any of this shit, why do y'all like, oh, I just want to hang out with them?
Can we admit that there are naive people in the world that would not view that way, though?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. All
right.
Motherfuckers that do that. But, you know, you in a certain situation. You in a certain situation, you think that girl didn't tell them.
Thinking everybody trying to fuck you, too.
Listen, you think that girl didn't tell them ahead of time what was going on and to inform them like they're trying to fuck. It's not like they were secretive about the shit.
What if they was there by themselves? Not necessarily.
People been talking about T.I.'s sex life for the longest. That nigga was in Akron with LeBron James for that basketball tournament. Them two niggas had holes in the back of the fucking Tahoe. Them holes wasn't nothing. It was DJ Drama, T.I., LeBron. Hoes.
I don't know nothing.
Hoes.
I don't know.
I'm sitting up here like, who are the hoes? Who are the hoes? They weren't there just to kick it and, hey, we just here. I can tell you about, I'm in Cleveland. I know a whole bunch of hoes that got on the goddamn tour bus and got fucked. Hotels and got fucked.
I ain't one.
I mean, shit. Have you been to the hotel room with a celebrity? And just be like, oh, we just hung out.
Didn't I just give you one example of one person that would, you know, I'm not trying to come here and fuck you. But I'm different though.
But did you? I'm saying like
Nah, I haven't been in that situation.
Alright, so if you telling me that if a person invited you to the hotel, you gonna be like
a person or a
celebrity.
Celeb. Now
a celebrity.
It can't just be any celeb though either. This gotta be like a celeb like I, you know, look up to. Like I'm following your fucking career. Like that kind of shit.
Alright,
I'm not the naive person, I guess.
Ricky, we understand what you're saying, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna not be a situation where Drake is going to invite you to the hotel room because you're not a Drake fan. Let's say it's fucking Eminem. So Eminem invites you to the hotel.
Different.
No, it's not different, Ricky. It's not fucking Ricky. If you are there, you are a fan of that person, and you like, I want to.
Yeah, like, but that's Eminem. You have to give an example of a celeb that I'm not attracted to, like that.
Oh my God, Ricky.
That's two different things, yo.
90% of the females is T.I. fans or will be in the vicinity of being
I'm not attracted to him like that, but I'm a T.I.
So if T.I. invited you to the hotel, you'll go?
What the fuck? We done heard now.
Would you do it before? Would you go to the hotel before?
I mean, we've heard before. I said heard now because, you know, I was like everywhere and shit now, but.
Shit. I mean, they invite you to the hotel room unless it's we're having a party at the hotel room. I've never really heard too many stories of celebrities being at a hotel with females and somebody not getting fucked by that celebrity. Even if it's a party, they're still like, it's still a suite and they still move off to the side room.
And I feel like right now we're talking about a lot of like urban celebs too. Cause wait a minute.
But we don't keep up. We don't keep up with white celebs like that.
No. Well, I do. I don't like doing that. Because that's a little stereotypical, right? So every black celeb, if they in a hotel room with you, you already know.
No, because you know why? Listen, I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong, Ricky. Because guess what? I can't tell you what the fuck Toby Keith does because I don't listen or follow Toby Keith. I don't know that he goes to a hotel room. I'm not a fan. I don't listen to his music. I don't. If we're talking about fucking Led Zeppelin, I don't know what Led Zeppelin is doing after the concerts. So I can only speak on.
That's what I'm telling you.
So we can only speak on to what we know, right?
Right. Different people do different things.
So
right?
So we had to invite a white person on here that follows them and be like, hey, do Toby Keith do the same shit? Is Toby Keith on fucking some hoes?
That's not even what I was gonna say. I was actually gonna switch it up from a black and white thing to people with money move differently, right? So if you did a show and you in from out of town, you might have people at the hotel room versus anywhere else because that's where you staying. And y'all just about to hang out and kick it, and people gonna go home in like 3-4 hours or what the fuck ever.
I met a chick off Black Planet when I was broke. And I went to Columbus for something, and I had a hotel room, and I knew that if she came to the hotel room, it was probably going down. It's a 96% chance if she comes to the hotel room, it's going down. It went down.
If you just live different, I feel like you live different. I feel like, yes.
Even when you broke.
You would just hang out with people.
Ass broke niggas.
Because that's where you stay for the next few nights.
How many times did they take
y'all
somebody to the red
might even hang
room?
out on the tour bus, because that's just where you at for the moment. And then you kick everybody off.
Why do they want to hang out with you? Okay, why do they want to hang out with you? Why do they want to hang out with you?
Tailored towards sex. Alright, me.
Yeah, because I want to know what makes you think that somebody is a celebrity. They like, I really want to just hang out and talk to this person. Because that
happens. It really does.
They have a conversation, and that conversation is like, I'm trying to fuck. But you can't just go into, hey, I'm trying to fuck sometimes.
Because you're making it seem like that's how every celeb is.
That's how most motherfuckers, even if you're not a celebrity.
I don't think that.
Once you get to the hotel room, it's not like, oh yeah, we're just here to hang out and kick it and get a hotel room and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be like 10 more people in that bitch. Ooh.
And guess what? I'm going to tell you just by fucking...
Wait, we know what you're going to do with
listen,
your celeb pass when all this shit takes off.
I do it now. I'm not even fucking rich. What are you talking? If I get a hotel room, we are fucking. If not, I'm going to tell you to, hey, I got something to do and I'm going to just have you leave. I'm going to call somebody that's going to fuck. I'm not in a hotel room for nothing. I'm telling you, listen. I remember back in like 2001, it was Genuine.
No,
it was a Genuine concert.
No, because
fucking security.
No, hold the fuck up.
What?
Because I do that and I go to get the fuck away from everybody. So,
but do you invite somebody over?
No, because I'm going to get the fuck away from everybody.
Exactly, Ricky. You're not entertaining the opposite sex in that hotel room, saying I just want to hang out with this person.
But I would though.
Why? But they gonna expect sex. They think you invite them over to fuck.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It is, because trust me, if a female invites me to a hotel and she's not like, hey, I'm gonna be like, well, I gotta go. I'm not about to hang out in a goddamn hotel room. Talk to me on the phone.
That's so unfortunate.
We can talk on the phone.
I would hope that all my male friends don't think that way.
Ricky, I got bad news for you. And the ones that tell you that they don't think like that, they lying because they trying to fuck.
Because I don't. So, like, for me, I say I'm going to get away. Like, the last few times I go away to write. But that's because I need to get away and get in my headspace. Now, if anybody I was working with, if they wanted to come by and, work and do shit, that was fine too. Why? Because we had a peaceful, quiet, undisturbed place that we can just go ahead and get some fucking work.
So, a guy of the opposite sex, you just have him come by and then y'all just... both in y'all's corners just doing work. And
because the last couple of times I left, I did let a couple people know, like, hey, that's where I'm at. If y'all want to swing through, I'm gonna get some writing done. That's why I'm like, yo, by you saying that, I hope not.
Yeah, I'm glad that you clarified there are naive people that think that you can just go to the hotel with somebody and think, hey, we're not gonna fuck.
Yeah, that's unfortunate then.
We're not gonna fuck.
Because my brain ain't wired that way. I'm sorry.
That's how people's brains is wired. I can tell you, even normally, listen, before my baby mother was my baby mother, she came to visit me in Florida. And she had asked people about me because we had never met in person before. Mm-hmm. So people were telling her, like, listen, you going out there to spend time with this dude, but if y'all gonna be in a hotel room together, don't be surprised if, he's trying to fuck.
Oh, and you did say your baby mother, so.
But before she was my baby mother, this was the first time.
Yeah, but still.
So, you know what I'm saying? The whole problem is, that's how we gonna tell you, like, hey, they gonna be trying to fuck. Like, if you're not thinking that, they're gonna be trying to fuck.
For me, that depends on the friendship that I have with that person. We have our conversations been like before I went down there. It's like you kind of know. In that situation, that's a situation when you talking about somebody you know, right? Would you talk about a situation, or we were talking about a situation with like a celeb?
Why are we talking about somebody? You said somebody I know.
What I'm saying is, when you were saying it should be expected, what I was saying for me, that's a situation depends on what is our friendship like, or what have our conversations been like. What do we normally talk about? Have we already hinted? probably. It shouldn't be a surprise, basically.
No, because it could be a motherfucker like me that just don't catch on the hints. Because even today, still, females will say some shit, and I'll be thinking to myself like, wait, I'm like, we've been just having regular conversations here and here, baby. You talking about fucking like you all this time? You've been trying to fuck, and I just didn't catch on to it.
Yeah.
Like we just been having regular ass.
You admitted that before.
Yeah, we have regular jokey conversations, and they be sitting up here like, yeah, I'm trying to fuck. I done bought shit from people that have not flirted with me at all on Facebook and nothing. And I'll buy something from their ass, and then I get in the car and I can show y'all messages. Damn, you fine as fuck. I'm just thinking to myself like, we've been friends for like 8 years on Facebook. Like, what the fuck? Like, how you just now hitting me with this shit?
Or is nothing.
That what?
No.
Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
I'm not.
Come on. I need the help. I need the help because this shit be fucking me up. I be trying to figure out like
I don't want to say that because you already said those on Facebook friends. I'm not. I'll tell you off camera. What time is it? Okay.
You gonna call them sluts?
Nope.
Hoes?
Nah.
They ain't like that. They are good church going girls, but if they invite me to a hotel, I'll be like, okay, so now we talking about something different. Just like if she invite me over like fucking 1 in the morning, like, oh yeah, I get off work at like 12 and you come over at like 2. I'll be thinking, oh well, she must be trying to fuck. I'm not about to sit up here and be like, maybe she just wants to talk to fucking 5
minutes.
you
know? Talking about people that you've at least conversed with before.
Yeah, but okay, so
whether or not you caught on to this, that, or the other, it's still someone that you conversed with before versus a celeb you meet for the first time ever in your life. Possibly never again.
They on tour. Everybody has these tour stories. DMX. Young Bird, they all told these stories, and it was always what? Fucking. Yeah, I'm only in town for one night, nigga.
I feel like
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
But I feel like they go after the females that they know aren't just coming to hang out and kick it and let's make beats.
Everybody's theory. Kirk Franklin was one of the people that fucked everybody up when he said when he first started. He would have his security guard go out and just pick out girls that was gonna come backstage. So it's not like they was picking out like, oh, she looked like she. No, it was just like
exactly
she bad. Everybody's up for grabs.
Oh no, I said his name started with an A earlier. It's an O. It's OTTO. The bus driver from The Simpsons. So anyway,
that's where your head is at right now. We talking about
because you
keep
repeating what I had already said and just like rephrasing the shit. And so you're saying it for the first time. But actually,
it's always the first time when I say.
If anybody just hit rewind and go on 30 seconds before he started talking, I already said it.
Go ahead and hit rewind, people, and let me know.
Yeah, hit rewind though. Please do that.
Go ahead. And let her know that she's wrong. Wrong.
You know what I meant to pull? The clip from the game that we had.
Where I won?
I have just been so fucking busy. The clip, where you cheating. And then winning. I can't remember. That was like exactly 2 weeks ago now, so I don't remember.
Listen, man, you can't sit up here and call Tom Brady. You can't be like, Tom Brady cheated. No, that nigga won. Winners win, nigga.
Tom Brady cheated how?
I'm just saying.
Sports, so I want you to explain.
That's what people say. Shit.
You don't even know what the fuck they talking about.
I don't give a fuck. They say he cheated.
Okay, so what they said he cheated over was oh my god, you don't even know. What they're saying he cheated over was I don't watch football more anymore. I think it's called like the forward motion, the tuck. Like that's the tuck pass now rule, and it's like a whole rule and everything that came out of that.
Winners win.
I just told you what happened. See?
Winners win.
I didn't clarify which side of the ball I was on with that.
Win.
I just stated.
You on the side of the ball with me, Tom Brady.
I actually was on the side of the ball with motherfucking Tom Brady. Why? Because I'm a Tom Brady Patriots fan. Fuck you.
And she's a Maserati fan.
Right.
She have a Maserati jersey on when she come back on the show because winners win. Y'all remember that fight with Floyd Mayweather when the ref stopped he didn't stop it, but he like tried to break him up and shit, but it was no bail. He didn't stop the shit, and dude was just standing there, and then Floyd just hit the nigga and he just dropped, and then he hit him again because he was like, ain't no bail.
I remember.
And then he won the fight. Winners win, nigga.
I remember.
It ain't cheating. Winners win. The dubs, nigga. Dub, nigga.
What?
Dub, nigga. Dub B. Call me Dub B, nigga. I'm a fruit walk later on y'all whole niggas, nigga. With the yellow on, nigga. Yeah, nigga.
Wait, what? You got to switch up. Who are you supposed to be? LA.
I got so much shit going
LA,
on.
you got the right color if you can get the name right.
Shit,
they in LA.
Who, the Puerto Ricans? The Mexicans?
Yeah, I can't think of that name either though. I wanted you to say
Rice and beans, bitch.
Oh wow.
We gonna get canceled. I didn't mean it.
I didn't have nothing to do with that.
I didn't mean that. We gonna get
Who
canceled.
are they though?
They're in
the
Latin Kings.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No, it ain't okay. There's a Latin something else.
Yellow and black. I thought it was golden black, yellow and black, something like that.
It ain't Latin Kings. It's Latin something though.
I thought it was Latin Kings. Latin King sounds right. If nobody's using that, I want to use it.
It's something else that's got kings in it, but I don't think it's the Latin Kings. You call yourself the Latin King?
I have some kind of something. I'm not about to say what, because I already got in my head what I want to do, and I'm not about to say it on camera.
Ricky about to start up a gang. She about to get out here. She gonna use her PPP money to start up a gang. Like, all right, here's what we gonna do.
Oh, that's what we missed today.
What, PPP money?
Yeah.
I mean,
you have to explain it, because I'm no.
All right, PPP. Everybody. For some reason, we as black people are just real excited to see other black people go to prison for $20,000 or whatever the case may be. But lo and behold, I'm gonna tell y'all this: some people are actually smart enough to not just go out and just do stupid shit. If you treat it like you're running off on a plug, you're gonna probably be in trouble. If you treat it like you're supposed to treat it, you're gonna be okay. You can look to see who funded your loan, call them up and say, what are the stipulations to get this loan forgiven? You can call them up. It's not like you stole the fucking money. They know they gave you the money.
Wait. Let's kind of backtrack here, because you just kind of jumped into the story. God, you hear my bones crack? Oh, they did it again. Oh, they're gonna.
You need some oil.
Wait.
To sell some oil.
What's the 10 man? Oh no. What's it about? I think. Let's tell the story a little bit better.
10 more man.
You kind of just jumped into that. So why don't you explain first what the PPP loan? PPP loan is, who qualifies for it, and then.
Oh, the PPP loan is basically a forgivable. It's a loan that's forgivable. You qualify for it. It's the Paycheck Protection Program, basically.
Okay. PPP stands for, got it.
Yeah. So basically, what it is it's to help people out that took a hit during the whole pandemic situation. And it goes for people that have their own business. It goes for people that independent contractors, and it just depends on how the loan is set up, depending on how it is that you are supposed to spend the money to have it forgiven. There are you have to have a letter, because it's like 26 week. After 26 weeks, you have to have a letter to show why it should be forgiven. If you can't, if whatever part of the loan isn't forgiven, you have to pay the loan back within 5 years and a 1% interest rate.
So that letter is important.
Yeah, but like I said, there are certain stipulations where you can just look at your I forget what it's called, but your letter that you have to sign at the very end to get your loan, and it breaks down everything to tell you everything that you have to do. Even if not, you can look to see who funded your loan. You can call the company and say, okay, what do I have to do to get this loan forgiven? If you treat it like, I got 20,000, I'm out this bitch, yeah, you're gonna get in trouble.
Pay that shit back. So what are some of the stipulations, or do you know? Just any examples.
60% has to go towards payroll.
Okay. Which can be you.
Yeah, but all it is,
depending on how your business is set up, because you have to have a legit EIN business.
But no, you don't.
No, you don't.
Independent contractor.
Oh shit.
Independent contractors, motherfuckers that drive Uber. If you took a hit during Uber, you an independent contractor.
Okay.
So you just have to show that you paid yourself as far as payroll. So write yourself a check and say payroll. Your payroll can be bi-weekly, weekly, bi-monthly. You can pay yourself quarterly. However you can pay yourself, go to Inuit. Go to Inuit, set up a thing to where you getting yourself a direct deposit, and just direct deposit 60% of your loan to you. That's all you have to do. And then what you do is the other 40% has to go towards, it has to be like rent, utilities, things of that nature, basically. So again, if you pay your rent up for the next couple months, boom, there you go. or you can, your rent, your utilities, this, that, and the third. You already set up. But again, call the fucking who funded your loan and just ask them because they're gonna tell you.
It's that simple. I would do that because you can get it direct from them.
Because
so that makes more sense.
We act
because that is so important.
Yeah, we act like we selling this money. It's
like stimulations. And when you said that we can get you fucked up, my ears were like.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is this, and we have to look at it like anything else. People that have purchased homes, ask them, say, be honest. All that paperwork you turned in, was it legitimate? Because if it's not, guess what? The banks don't give a fuck. Are you making your mortgage payments? Because that's how the bank makes the money. Right. They're not about to come after you after all this legal shit, and you're making payments, making them money, and you're staying in a home. Like, they don't care. Like, they just want to see that you're going to be able to pay that money back. They go do all this extra shit to see, can you pay this money back for this money we're going to give you? That's all they care about. No different than even the IRS. People are $75,000 behind in fucking taxes, and they'll just be like, eventually we'll set up a payment plan. Mm-hmm. It just depends on when they decide to come in and say something to you.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? Like, if you run off on the shit, those are the people that go to prison. When we see these articles about people getting in trouble, that dude in Texas, he got like $3 million. Yeah, he's going to be in trouble because he did absolutely nothing but buy cars. It was a reverend or something. He bought cars and then took like, it wasn't even nothing towards the rent, towards the building fund, nothing like that. Yeah, he's going to be in trouble. People that did all this extra shit like Pretty Ricky dude, all that money, you have to show what you did with the money at least. At least call them up. Hey, I'm just calling to find out what else I need to do to get this loan forgiven. Is there some type of example letter that I can get so I can see what a forgiveness letter looks like? These are things that you can do. If you treat it like you're running off and you're doing a crime, well then you're probably doing a crime.
So what comes after all that? So wait, first question. How long does it take before you actually get, what is it, direct deposit that they send?
Oh, for the PPP loan? Mm-hmm. I mean, it could take from 2 weeks from the time you apply to it could take a month. It just depends on when they fund.
Okay, I mean because you could have said like 90 days.
Yeah, I mean.
So is it like a whole lump sum or do they have?
Lump sum. They send you the whole whop. Whatever it is that you're supposed to get, that's what they send you. They show you how much you approved for. They give you that whole lump sum. And then from there, it just depends on what you do with your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't do what I'm telling you to do the way that you're doing it, even if you show that, all right, I spent the money, this was for payroll purposes because it went towards me. And here's what I did with the money. If you go in there and be like, all right, here's what I did. I paid rent. I paid rent for the next 3 months. I paid my utilities for the next 3 months. They gonna say, okay, well, where do you work from? What do you do? You be like, oh, well, here, I do such and such and such. So I'm an independent contractor. They'd be like, well, okay, boom. They can't do nothing about it because they're just asking you what you did with the money. You don't treat it like you're running off all with the money. Yeah. Just do what you have to do with the money, and then you can probably do what you want to do with the money.
Yeah, it's like when you do criminal shit, you still want to stay. They tell people in the fucking little gangster movies, they be like, you got your shit, just stay alone.
It was on Ghost. Ghost told you what to do. You remember Ghost? They kept putting all that money, that drug money in the bank.
I was thinking of Goodfellas with Robert De Niro and the dude came in with the white. The white came in with the code and the one wife had the pink.
Yeah, but they killed all of them.
Exactly. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying?
Like
better. They said it was a cash business on Power. He was like, they went in there with all that money and they was like, it's a cash business. They put that money in there because they had all their business work set up. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the name. It's a restaurant that's been open for like maybe 20 years in University Heights. They do not accept credit card or debit card. You have to pay in cash. All these years, they only take cash and they are always packed. What do you think they're doing? They're going to the bank.
You look like that. I'm not gonna say the name.
Yeah, you go in there. They're taking their cash money to the bank.
You know who else is like that? The dispensaries be like that. When you go to a dispensary, if you do a credit card payment, they charge you like way over a dumbass credit card fee. But it's the ATM right over there if you wanna.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. Like, just use the system to your advantage. These are the things that they give you, and they write the laws a certain way. All you have to do is follow the laws a certain way.
Always put them loopholes in there. You just gotta fucking find them.
Yeah, they can't do shit. You have a cash business. What do they expect you to do? Yeah. You can't write a check for some cash that you have that you made. If I have a home health care business and I say I only do private care, and that those people pay me in cash, I can't go to them and say you can no longer pay me in cash because the bank doesn't accept the cash. That bank takes whatever it is you give them, and then that's a record of how much money that you've made over that year. And then you just go off of that and you say, okay, I made X amount of dollars, and here's the amount of money I had to spend out because I had to have a car, gas, food, I had to have clothes, I had to have shoes, I had to have this, that, the third, anything that happens.
And if you do a podcast, it all sounds like wardrobe to me.
Everything. Any of this equipment that you use for a fucking podcast.
Hello, where Lucy at?
You can go to a... Matter of fact, if Ricky goes to the bar and she asks for a receipt after she leaves that bar, guess what? She was networking for the podcast. Tax write-off.
Yeah, we gonna finish this conversation.
Everything is a write-off.
Because our time is up.
Here's what y'all do. If y'all don't believe me, Google like extreme tax write-offs and see all the shit people that got away with. And they legally, bodybuilders gotten away with writing off shit that they shouldn't have got shit written off, but it was legal.
And with me, I just, I ain't telling nobody to do it. That's all I can say.
Dude wrote off daycare because he was a bodybuilder.
Yeah, you can write off daycare.
Daycare because he needed somebody to watch the kid while he went to work out.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah,
Write that shit off. Write that shit off.
Actually, that one pops up on your taxes. Yeah, that one's okay.
Write off everything.
That was okay. With daycare, it depends on how much you spend per your income. I forget how it works.
You get somebody that knows taxes too, because you got to know the percentage of all this shit to itemize it too.
Yeah.
Because percentage of your gas, percentage of your rent, percentage of your car note, shit like that. But shit, get them receipts. Rack them up. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
And it's simple now to, save your receipts digital too. Like get a file folder. I try to do that. Get the file folder set up for like the email receipts, for it's so it's easier to find them.
I use my debit card. Like they just be like boom, boom, boom,
but
boom,
you should, like you mentioned into it, like you I think that's the best way to do it.
It is the best way.
It is, but
I'm not a good record keeper.
Yeah.
It's not my strong point.
But you know what? I feel like after we talk, I will be. All right. So if you're tuning in on Saturday right now, we started early. I think
we did start early.
We started early. But normally 4 o'clock we go live somewhere, and you just have to find us. We're here, we're there, we're everywhere. Monday 8:30 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube for the replay. I'm BlkPepperPotts.
I am Maseratii. Talk your shit, Maz.
Don't change that. You already agreed to change it. I hit the record button this time. You already agreed to change it. All right. Yeah, this time had the record button go. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Oh, and over here on live.
Yeah, we on live too. My vision is